I can't get a mic check. I can't get a mic check. I can't get a check. Hey man, let me in. Lord, look. I'm not feeling cute. I ain't trying to be cute. I want to show my face, but I don't want to show my face. Look at me. I'm cold. I'm cold. I got my heater running. I got my heater running. Is it cold outside? Is it cold outside? Look, they don't want me to come up. Hold up. Let me see. Try it again. Wait, check. Look, even my phone won't let me. Come on, man. They know what time it is. There we go. There we go. There it is. Greater light. That's enough for you, Daniel. That's enough for you, Daniel. Get off of here. Come on, y'all. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Look. I'm supposed to be working. Working for the man night and day. Get on board, little children. Let's get on. We going on a train ride. But I wasn't feeling good, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go lay it on down. And no, I don't want to lay down. No, I want to be right here, huh? Doing till my last breath, huh? Till my last breath. I'm cold. I'm cold. I wasn't feeling good all weekend, but you know what? My grandson bought life. He bought life. He said, it don't matter if you ain't feeling good. Look in my eyes, grandma, huh? You look at me and hear my tone, and you will feel like, huh? Nothing else matters. You won't feel no pain. Look at me, and look at my tone. That's but soon as he walked out that door, I tried to go back to sleep, but I was like, nope. I said I made a promise. What is promises? Promises don't mean nothing to nothing in this flesh. I made a promise. I said I was gonna fulfill uh my duties, right? And work, put in some hours today, even if they is like we have to scrap for hours. Yeah, if they limited, we have to stand in line, huh? Stand in the tax evasion line. I got some stuff going on today. I'm so glad to get over here and talk about it. If you in here, show your face. Let me know so I can tell you, hey, and I can refer to you. You ain't got to stay in the chat. Just put your name. Say, hey, I'm here. Check, check and leave. Come to grandma's house, get a little bit, get a nibbit, want some snacks, and run, huh? Get some snacks and run. For those who pretend like they don't listen or they don't be over here listening, but they want to try to put me on punishment. I said nothing is going to change the direction and the step that I'm going. So I don't know if you feel like you're doing me some injustice or put me on punishment. You ain't bothering me none, huh? Huh? They ain't bothering me none at all. I told you I've come a long way. And all these mind games and simulations that is set to try to have me feeling some type of way don't work. Not in this flesh. I could see, I could see every one of my seeds when Jesus come back. Huh? Anything connected to my DNA if I want to have it written down like that. Uh Everybody, anybody want to get on a train ride to try to go with Elon? Elon don't care about y'all, you know. Elon don't give a doggone nothing about nobody on the face of this earth. Elon could care less if anybody get and go with him to Mars. That's why he working on robots so he can so he don't have to deal with human beings. He hates human beings. He hates flesh. He hates men. He don't like nothing. The women that been with him, is they can tell y'all the truth. If they really was to do a whole, let's sit down and do what do you call them, lie detector test. Uh, he know how to fit in when he wants to, but he can't stand humans. Uh, he can't stand humans. I'm telling y'all. Elon could care less, and him and his Joe Rogan pillow talks. Y'all think he pillow talk between him and Terrence Howard, huh? And they take and they puppet tearing those around, huh? The puppets. He could care less. Hey y'all, it is not Al Bobblehead Sharpton. It is not Reverend Jesse Rainbow Coalition Jackson. None of these simulations is the reason why Dr. Malachi Z. York locked up when he ain't locked up, when he ain't even there, y'all. It's because of Elon. It's because of Elon. Elon, y'all. I swear to y'all. Look, the Superman story came because of Elon. Elon Musk. Elon landed on this planet June 28th, 1911, y'all. That's where the 911 symbology replay come from and everything. Ah, I tell you, you don't want to believe me? Listen, how come everybody know everything about Egypt? All the Egyptology majors, all the ones in high sciences could tell us everything about Egypt, except for the fact that in 1911, something from Mars hit Egypt. Huh? How come? It's cold. Dog, I'm cold. And see my eyes when it's starting to do the turning red around all that's happening again. Uh, I'm cold. Anyways, how come all of the studies of Egypt and all of the major developers, including Forbidden Knowledge, how come I never heard Jabari? How come I never seen anything even written through Dr. Malachi Z. York? How come ain't nobody ever made a big deal about when something landed on Earth from Mars in 1911? This ain't no newly developed information. Artificial intelligence said, look, it's not made up. It's not made up. They just made it up for you to talk about it. They've been putting little breadcrumbs all over the place to say, this can't be her. It can't be her. Well, if it's her, she'll end up back at this research part of the set. They got their stakes so high. They got their stakes set so high. Elon. Elon. Nobody was thinking about trying to get a trip to Mars until Elon landed in 1911. That's the 19th time. He wasn't on there alone. He was not on there alone. 19 times 19. And in the chase, they was chasing him. Whatever crimes he committed, wherever he from, whatever crimes he committed, wherever he from. 1911, June 20. Listen, see that date? See that? Hold up. Let me get it real close. See that date when they first showed that light code? That ain't no coincidence. And they showed this light code in 1991. They showed this light code. Something in my DNA told me you go to Crawford Long, go through the underground, go take pictures that day after I took pictures that day with somebody's Chicago Bulls t-shirt on with Michael Jordan's numbers on it. Huh? I took a picture that same day of myself at the underground of Atlanta with Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls on it, on the shirt. And everything I had on was borrowed too. Everything I had on was borrowed, and I was wearing red and white that day. Huh? One of the happiest days of my life. I was so pretty too. My hair was so long and luxurious. My skin was beautiful. Huh? June 28th, I was at the Underground in Atlanta taking pictures with a Chicago Bulls shirt on, with some white pants and some white K Swisses. And it was the same date right here that this light code came into effect. June 28th, 1991. No, that don't mean nothing. It means something to Elon. It means something to Elon Musk. Huh? Because they held him captive all the way up until they created a date of birth for him. Until they created a date of birth for him. They held Elon playing hide and seek. Ready or not, here I come playing hide and seek. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stop for a minute. My mind is God's mind. I'm always reflecting divine wisdom and divine intelligence. My brain symbolizes the capacity to think wisely and spiritually. God's ideas unfold within my mind in perfect sequence. I am always poised, balanced, serene, and calm, knowing that God has provided the perfect solution to every single one of my needs. Elon, do you recognize any of the symbols behind me? Huh? Trying to get back to Mars. Y'all, he not trying to get back to Mars because he worried about Earth. Huh? He's not trying, and he keep doing the replay and the replay. This total recall mess. Elon, do you recognize any of the symbols back there? Uh, you Elon. Elon. We're not when this isn't biblical today. Anybody coming over here for a bib? You need a bib, huh? Because you're gonna be drooling from the mouth by the time I finish. El Bib is in the house. El Bib is in the house. Y'all, Nikola Tesla is all made up. That is a whole simulation. It's just a frequency and a tone. Nikola is the name that they named the when Elon spaceship, him and a few others. I can't say everybody right now. When they landed in 1911, they gotta act like all they got is two balls. All they got is two balls left. Huh? When Elon landed, I'm just saying because he the head honcho they after in the first place. Huh? All they act like is they had two balls left. One of the balls sits at Washington, D.C., and the other one is in Egypt. The two balls. Everything that was simulated came quick too. By the time he got here, things was erected in less than a year. To you, it seemed like 1,000 years of history. For each day that he spent from 1911 until 70 years later, it seemed like 7,000 years of history, y'all. He been playing with y'all for the longest. But his whole goal every single time, every reset is to get up off of this planet. Huh? And y'all keep letting him down. Y'all look at Elon and he look like he don't get angry. I'm saying he act like he takes his energy and pushes it into his uh boxing and all the different things that he pretend that he does to take that energy and do what he do with it. But if y'all really knew how he feel and how much he hated mankind, he hates y'all to the depths of the inner depths of the depths as deep as you could go into the crevices of his nuts. He hates y'all. So every which way he can trap mankind, he is doing it. Huh? I trap you in X. Come over here to Twitter in the bird box. I'll trap you in Microsoft. I'll trap you in taxes. Taxes didn't even come into effect until his ship hit. He done traveled back and forth through all the different simulations trying to figure it out. And every time he tried to kill the one that exposed him, huh? He done came up with all type of fairy tales, mythologies, and every single time. Huh? So y'all know it's about to be a reset, right? Y'all, y'all ain't ready because this time, the only difference this time is you have to make a choice. This time you're not under slave. You have to make a choice. He gonna make it for you. He gonna make it for you. You don't believe what I'm saying? You think I'm making it up? Huh? All them other different stories that came in when feeble minds took to unravel it and break it and all that. We're trying to figure it all out. I think whoever that was over there at London McLovin, I know who you are, but whoever you were over there at London McLovin last night, it made me realize everybody these days are helping me to continue to focus that this really doesn't involve anyone. Huh? It's just between me and the most high creator above all. The one who sent me to expose Elon Musk and all his minions. No, no, it's biblical. It's biblical. It is. It's Egyptianal. It is. It's mathematical. It is. It's spiritual. It is. It's all of the above. Check wherever you want to check. All of the above. It's antebellum. It sure is. It's Harriet Tubman. Ah, it's Plato. It's the Atlanteans. It's everything about this place. That's why you're supposed to go ahead and just get rid of the flesh, the thoughts of the flesh. It's all of the above and below. It's from alphabet to zeta tech. Vitamin A to vitamin zinc. It's all of that. Ah, I look back and now I really, really, really look back. And my mothers of this flesh, there was just my guardians. When the light beings dropped me off and they did that ceremony that they did at the head of my grandmother's bed, and my mother was in the room with that sunflower, that was a sign and a symbol, that sunflower dress on as she sat by the sewing machine when I came in over her and landed where my in the bed with my blind brother of flesh and my sister in her bassinet and my grandmother. They were all my guardians. Huh? Everything that has happened in these simulations, no matter how many times I claim innocent, that's why, what's his name? Nip Tuck, Tucker Carlson, when I start saying that, he said, it don't matter how many times you say it. Huh? He was never talking to nobody but me. It don't matter how many times you said it. You know me and Elon, we all came on the same ship. We came on the same ship. Wake up, y'all. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up! Wake up! Elon don't care a thing about none of you all. Period. Those who attach to the land. Uh, Here we go. Let me do some share screening. Screen sharing. What is she talking about? This don't sound like grandma. This sound like Grandma Ab back in her old ways, in her olden days. I always been the same. I, Fort Lauderdale. What they talking about here? What is they talking? I'm finna go over some history, y'all. Right? Let's go over June 28th. But now I'm just gonna do the 911. I'm gonna do the 911 of the Jewels. Huh? The 911 of the Jew month. The 911. Here we go. Share this tab. Let's see. Am I sharing the screen? I'm only sharing my face. I'm cold. That heater seems like it can't get hot enough. I know my electric bill gonna be high for real. They gonna stop threatening me talking about baby of the bath water. They gonna start talking about something to do with electricity. You watch. They gonna go back to the electricity. Uh, you ain't gonna be quiet, lady. All right. So June 1st, 1911, the Senate voted 48-20 to reopen investigation of U.S. Senator William Lorimer and Mark First Shang and it's all this simulation, drone artist, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence drew that back then, did that artwork. Then here, Fort Lauderdale, Florida was incorporated June 2nd, 1911 on a Friday. Uh, Friday. President Barack Obama traveled back and forth through there. Now here, you see this? They put it up here, up front. This look like it's like 20 pounds each, right? This is those two stones that they show in the Bible that when they created the Bible in 1911 and back and forth through time. This is it right here. These are the two stones. There's stuff written on these stones, but these weren't really just stones. This was part of the spaceship. This was part of the spaceship that landed in June 20. They got one piece of it, one of these balls over in Washington and the other one over in Egypt. Okay? You see the picture? Can you see it clear? Am I sharing the screen? Let me make this a little bit bigger. You see that right there? All right. Okay. The ship's name, Elon had to let them know what the ship name was in order for them to give it a name. The ship name was Nekala. So that's where they come up with Nikola Tesla. Huh? Tel Aviv, televised, Tel Aviv, whatever. Nikola, Neka, Nefka, whatever. This was part of the ship. Okay? Part of Elon's landing from Mars. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. See right here? See what NASA says? June 28th, 1911, 911, a piece of Mars fell on Egypt. Nekala meteorite BM 191325. That's the 713 behind it now. Look at the numbers. 713 and a 911. Inside surfaces after breaking in 1998. Look, how something fell in 1911, then they gonna put a 1913 inside surfaces after breaking it in 1998. They waited till 1998 to break it. What is that? Because Elon finally came to full form and birth in flesh, and that's because they didn't start talking about Elon Musk till about what, 1988? Is that when he graduated? Huh? They kept him locked down. They tell us stories of what you call it over in Texas and all that. That's bull crap made up. Was the real landing that they kept hidden all this time. So here it says multiple fragments of Nikola Tesla meteorite was seen to fall as a shower from the hamlets surrounding the village of El Nekala and El Baharia in Egypt. Now remember, when you go to Ezekiel, that was another part of the code. Another part of the code, Ezekiel 11. Ezekiel 11 speaks of these two names right here, just in another form. Near Alexandria, June 28th, 1911, at 9 a.m. They knew he was coming in, but they didn't know it was going to crash. Director of the Geological Survey of Egypt personally visited the site and collected both the evidence and eyewitnesses of the fall and about a dozen specimens. There's the 12 disciples. 12 other people were on board. See, I'm telling y'all, it's information that I want to give that I'm not going to give clearly as loud as I should, but just enough so that you'll know the reason why Elon is trying to get back to Mars ain't got nothing to do with saving humanity, and he ain't thinking about saving y'all. He can't stand you. He can't stand the smell of humans. I'm telling you. Believe me when I tell you. Believe me when I tell you. All right. No, you don't have to believe me. It's not meant for you to believe me. This message is just directly to him and the government, who all this time, with all their Sandra Bowmans and Dr. Jacobsons and every single scenario they could have came up with, huh? Miami-Dade Police Department, judicial system, South Florida Evaluation and Treatment Center, Agape Ministries, all the way down to the current events of right now. Let me continue. He personally visited the site to collect both evidence of eyewitnesses of the fall and about a dozen specimens, including the largest known fragments. It is recognized and originated from the planet Mars. This is copywritten information. Get your person the permissional details from us.gov, NASA copyrights, NASA. They will tell you. You could go to the White House, law, go into their vaults. You could go in the Vatican vaults. You could go as far as you need to go in any historical history and find out that this information is not made up. I've already confirmed. This is not no up to date. This is just information they weren't supposed to reveal. This is the same information that Trump, the reason why they sat Trump down. And again, there's a lot of people that don't remember this, but I do. When Trump said, look, if y'all don't have whatever all this money y'all spending on a space program and NASA, no pure facts of anything by 2024, I'm shutting it all down. That's the only reason why stinking. You know what? If you look at the women, even Trump first, if you look at the women that Trump deal with, you would know Stormy Daniels just seemed like a whole scheme, scam type, out of place. Just out of place. Out of place. She just seemed like he just like, she looked like a meth head. She just don't look like Trump stood and played and hung around Playboy bunnies. And that's the best that they can come up with. I'm just saying. The whole reason why they got Trump in the situation that he in is because he said it. He said it loud and clear. And guess who didn't like that? Guess who didn't like that? The richest man on this planet. What y'all call rich with y'all fake dollars and cents. Guess who didn't like that? He's like, look, if I get shut down, ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna be. I broke the sound barrier, huh? All the restraints that is keeping me locked down here. I'm almost done. Almost done. Almost out of here. But the whole thing is I can't get exposed. If I get exposed, Trump put out all the things needed to. He said, look, we got to have a state of transparency. NASA can't do no more undercover, under secret stuff. Anything about aliens and all that is out on the table now. Democrats wasn't trying to do that. Obama wasn't trying to do that. Definitely Bush. Bush wasn't trying to do that. Huh? They was head of CIA. No, everything's got to be a secret. If you don't have the secrets, then it wouldn't be a need for CIA. And we need top secret stuff, because if the stuff ain't top secret, there's no need for our department. Trump said, no, 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 nope. We will shut it down. If y'all don't have it straight by 2024, they still ain't sent a man up to the moon and stuff yet, like they had promised. Remember, they made a big thing, showed these individuals just popped up out of nowhere talking about they were supposed to go to the moon this year. It's supposed to happen in June or February. Remember, the head honcho of NASA came up and showed his face, and they did this big old unveiling last year, right towards the end of the year. talking about yes, and we're gonna be on the moon by such and such and such and such and such. But they just pretended that China and everybody else been going to the moon and stuff. They can't get out of this atmosphere. If they could, Elon would have been left y'all. He would have been gone. Elon would have said, "Look, I'm just doing a test flight." He said, "Okay, I got a car out there. That car is still going around in a circle. As a matter of fact, the car came back with so much junk and stuff on it that when it do come back in the atmosphere, you're gonna think that was a whole meteorite again." Let me continue. So the 12 beings that came off of this ship in 1911 hit Egypt. And let's see. Let's go through some more history. I'm just gonna go through history now of 1911. 911. 911 is a joke. Y'all could talk about Flavor Flav all day long. Huh? He the only one that knew. Well, him and his counterparts. I wasn't really a big Public Enemy fan. Really, I wasn't. Uh, but I liked me some Flavor Flav, right? Just because. I really wouldn't have paid attention to Public Enemy if it wasn't for Flavor Flav. And I can't tell you the only song that I know by Public Enemy is Fight the Power. And I don't know all of it. All I know is the chorus, Fight the Power. Fight the power. And I only paid attention to it because of that big old clock and Flavor Flav. But when Flavor Flav broke off and did that one song, 911 is a joke, and I don't remember all of the song, but I know back then I did know all of the song. I learned that song. I called 911 a long time ago, and 911 is a joke. It's not that 9/11 is a joke, people. It is all a simulation of times. Okay, I don't want to use it's a dimensional break between times of past, present, and future. And even down to that ship landing on 9/11, June 28th, 9/11, is proof to it. It is. It is. So here, let me again some more stuff that happened in 9/11 that year. Fort Lauderdale came into being incorporated. Hey Sue Hung, Chinese female novelist, was born. She must have wrote something big for them to mention her in the midst of a Friday when Fort Lauderdale and El Paso had some parts in a written history. And then here's a black violinist, but he sound like he was a Jose Domingo Brindes. Uh, he was a black violinist. He must have played a song that entertained the demons that fell when that ship fell June 28th. I believe half of the history that they put and want to be significant is history that helped them concoct what they figured would be ships trying to leave this planet before uh, the kingdom come to arrest them. Axel Olaf Freudenthal. Look at him. His picture. This picture was taken by artificial intelligence beings that was on the ship. They see 1911 is when they start using the cameras that was on this ship. All the technology that came into effect that just seemed like it just burst out of nowhere in the middle of the night came off of this ship June 28th in 1911. 911 is a joke. Look, June 3rd, 1911. L. Frank Bohm. This bum The bum, he's a bum, wonderful Wizard of Oz. He filed bankruptcy, U.S. District Court in Los Angeles, after having incurred 12,600 in debt. See the numbers. He died in 1919 and never saw any more royalties from the Wizard of Oz. The publishing rights to which would remain with trustee until 1932. How come? How come they didn't let him get none of this? Huh? Because you know what? He probably worked at the place where they got the information, huh? Wizard of Oz downloaded the information. He downloaded the information from this ship. And then they said, you know what? You can't get the rights to any artificially created information. Huh? They had laws on this ship. The laws was inscribed on this ship before they landed. They came down to take over, really. But because they wasn't so sure about how the atmosphere had been protected, that's what caused the crash. Here we go. Born. Who all was born? These people, let me see. Yeah. What else here happened? New Jersey, jumping 50 feet from a high ladder. Somebody died jumping from a amusement park. A high diver who would overcome the handicap of losing both legs at an amusement park was killed in Bayonne, New Jersey, before a crowd of several hundred people, jumping from a 50-foot high ladder onto a 6-foot tank of water. See, trying to be funny. Oh, I thought I was still sharing the screen. You mean to tell me they didn't have the equation for gravity straight then? What year did that happen? No. This is, I'm sorry, let me share the screen. They don't have me sharing the screen. This is where the disability laws had to come into effect. First off, how you gonna jump from 50 feet high ladder into a 6-foot tall tank of water? Der Pault had miscalculated the distance and struck the edge of the tank. Oh, he struck the edge of the tank. Even if he struck the edge of the tank, if he had struck the edge of the tank, but if he would have hit the water, I think they lied. That's misinformation. He hit that water and went in. The height in the centimeter of that, jumping from 50 feet into. Uh-uh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, what else? June 4th, 911, anniversary of the unification of Italy. A crowd of 1 million people turned up. You see all these back in the time, 50 years into 9/11, and they had millions of people, but we still only had a couple of billion. Huh? Crowds of 1 million people turned out in Rome. They got turned out. 1 million people got turned out in Rome to watch an unveiling of Altare Delta Patria. Altare, how quick did they build it? Disappeared overnight. 1 million people showed up overnight. Yep. Put some more artificially simulated beings on this earth. 250 feet high monument in the honor of King Victor Emmanuel. Emmanuel Lewis came back, traveled back through time 10 times. 10 times. 10 times. Look, look, look. The king of Sardinia. I got my grandson liking sardines. You know why he likes sardines now? Because I say, look, it's a shark. Let's eat shark. And oh, shark. Soon as at first he was like, I said, we eating the shark. He's like, oh, okay. Latrell Tinwell, greater light. Look, what else? What else going on here? Ooh, Billy Fisk, American athlete who won gold medals bobsledding. I thought bobsledding happened with the Africans, no, the Jamaicans that came over here. Oh no, they was just no, that's a whole different story. Brooklyn killed in battle in 1914. So Bob Slen got him killed in battle in 1940. Colonel Locke, Lockie, 87, who led the secession of Texas in 1861. He died. Yep. All these different scenarios that he needed to try to have something come through, huh? Rumley, Ottoman Empire, all its Balkans. These are stories about where that he remember in history. They blew up. He did something. He did something to the planet, y'all. He did something to Mars and tried to get away. Him and his 12 disciples. And they came and they got they landed here. When they landed here, this is when history started. 1911, 911. This is when history started. Again, to us, it seemed like so many years of information that it seemed like it's been 10,000 years, 7,000 years. But it ain't really been that long. It ain't been that long. What else happened in 9/11, 911, deadly earthquake region by 24 hours, deadly earthquake in 24 hours, the most violent eruption, volcano in Mexico state, Kalima. Okay, this is the original Kalima right here. She landed in 1911. And she is right there waiting. She's right there waiting. All the ones that came from when they blew up or whatever they did to that planet, it all started in 1911. That's why nobody else's grandmas can remember their grandma from before 1911. People be like, we got history. It say it was written such and such, and I could trace all the way. Artificial intelligence wrote that stuff up for y'all off this ship right here, that same ship that landed in 1911, June 28, 1911. June 6, 1911, what happened? Alcazar, Morocco, the throne of Morocco. Huh? Taza, the Moorish pretender to the throne of Morocco, was defeated. And all that came to Morocco came into effect 1911. Volcano erupted, deadliest earthquake in region by 24 hours. This is when 24 hours came into effect. That's why they call it the Kalima volcano complex. And what they say about 2015, they said something about 2015. The youngest of the three in 2015. Okay, she the one had a Trinity too, huh? Edward Harrigan, 65, a comedian, died. Huh? Look, his picture. Artificially created. Look at that. This picture was taken by art because remember, back then they didn't even have pictures of stars. Just 10 years before 1911, what, 10 years? Say 20 years, they couldn't even take a picture of the sky. Then after that, they got good pictures like this. Less than 20 years later, no, because they wasn't even taking no type. Nothing came into effect until 1911, till 9/11. Earthquake in Mexico. Mexico was having earthquakes back to back. But when you look, Mexico don't look like ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't never been touched. You saying less than 80 years ago, less than 100 years ago, less than 90 years ago. No, well, less than 100 years ago. Less than 100 years ago, they had an earthquake, the most violent ever recorded on Earth. Then they had another, what, an earthquake, killed more than 1,200 people. 500 people were killed in Zappo, blah. The first shock felt 4:36 a.m. They was on time, 4:36. Mm, 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 mm. Madero made a triumphant entry into Mexico the same day, so that means that was a whole bomb. See, this person, Madero, she came behind Kalima. She came behind because remember, it was five of the 12 disciples, there was five women and seven men. So Madero came in during this earthquake. She killed some people when she landed. They say when Elon ship landed, he only killed the dog. Wait till I get to it now. Just wait. June 8, 1911. What happened here? U.S. State Department gave permission for at least 1,500 Mexican soldiers to cross into the United States so that the rebellion of Baja California could be suppressed. The troops would see, why were they all armored up? They knew that the ships was coming in 1911. All across the world, same song. They knew that the ships was coming. The troops were disarmed as soon as they crossed into Arizona. No doubt about it. And their weapons were and ammunition would be returned to them after they crossed from California back to Mexico. Franz Scollerat, the Prime Minister of Belgium, resigned after the defeat of his proposed educational bill. He said, "We're going to teach them the truth about this ship landing." And they said, "Nope, no, you not. We will kill you." And he resigned. They ain't even had to threaten him anymore. Look at this, 1911. You see that picture there? Now, don't that look straight up to date? That look like better than iPhone Siri snapshots. American academic Benham, explorer, politician, 1911. He publicized the existence of Inca citable of Machu Picchu and rediscovered the guidance for local indigenous farmers. June 9th, former Congressman Charles D. Haynes. Now, he didn't get a good picture. They had to draw him. Of New York founded the Guardians of Liberty, an anti-Catholic and anti-Negro organization that declared itself to be non-religious, non-partisan, non-racial, moral force to promote patriotism and a sacred regard for the welfare of the country. But they say we is against Catholics and we is against Negroes, but we is the guardians of the Liberty Bell. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Pillar of Fire Founder Church. So anybody under the religion of Pillars of Fire, 35 books, is the author of over 35 books and the founder of the Pillar of Fire Church. And they say they are libertarians. Oh, so anybody is a libertarian. The libertarians are more racist than the Republicans. The libertarians say we is anti-Catholic, we is anti-Negro, and we is anti-religious, we is anti-partisan, we is anti-race, we is anti-morals. And we only promote a patrimony and sacred regard for the welfare of our country. We is all about the land. Uh, Carrie Nowton. Uh, who she? She look American temperance activist. She opposed alcohol before the Adventist. Let me see. Let me see your face. Uh, she looked like she related to some of them indigenous aboriginals. I'm just saying. See the no lip. I'm just saying. You know the mixed breeds. She do. She do. Don't. Uh, okay, I'm just saying. I done been here long enough, and I done seen certain phenotypes when they mixed up and stuff how they look. And before I hit it and did a close up, you know she looked like somebody grandma in the hood. Uh, American battleship fleet, the Kronstadt in Russia, 1911. They was getting landings in 100th anniversary. Kingston slab, gray wax stone covered the ruins of it was discovered in Minnesota, United States of 1898. Well, this happened June 10th, 1911. So wait a minute. Olive Hoffman Hammond, a Swedish immigrant, reported that he unearthed it from a field out of the Solomon's Temple. I'm just saying, they June 11th, the 611 comes the 44 tie, 44 to 44 tie, 64 to 24. There's a 666. First time the U.S. Senate approved an amendment to the U.S. Constitution to have its members elected directly by the people. 600-acre piece of land in El Chamazal, Mexico and Canada was fighting over the El Chama, the camels, the El Camels. There was a major flood in Rio Grande. The commission ruled 437 acres should be returned to Mexico because Kalima had demanded it. She said, I want all of the west side. October 28, 1967, Rio Grande, new treaty. Y'all wait, she about to tremble up. Y'all, they ain't saying nothing about the last time. She is about to start shaking her booty right now. Kalima, y'all those who want to be attached to the land. She's about to be shaking her booty right now. Sure is. Just wait. Go look. Ain't nothing going on in the news right now. Nope. No trembling earthquakes, volcanoes over there in Mexico. Kalima is about to start shaking up. Said, Grandma talking too much, Elon. She's talking too much. She's not supposed to know this information. Ain't nobody ever talked about it. And now she opening her mouth once again. We can't get her to shut up. We done tried all type of programs and we can't get her to be quiet. Uh, June 13th, 1911. What else? What else going on here? Oh, let me take a break from this. I'm going to read y'all something. So when I put the title here, Nekala, 9/11, June 28th, June 26th. If you had came over yesterday, Latrell Tenwell, I mentioned how my son's light code is in between the birth of Dr. Malachi Z. York and the birth of Elon Musk. But apparently, both of them came out of and is trying to return wherever thou art trying to return. Right? But the fact of the matter is this light code right here. Oh, let me share the screen. So when I put my title for today, because I've been on some stuff, but when I put that title in today, let me let you hear what Israel sent me in an email. What do you think about me, Latrell Tinwell? Huh? Honestly, what do you think? Do you think you were sent to help stop me? Huh? Or do you really feel like we are like minded? Huh? You can't figure out the connection and why it's so strong and all, right? Or is it just all a game? You seem like it might just be all a game. You can't tell what it is, right? Well, so y'all know I read my little emails they send me a card saying, hey, and they use my full name with exclamation points. We need you today. Do you think I have the power that if I prayed, I could save somebody in Israel who's in a coma or getting in a coma? Or did they send you an email too? I mean, do they believe that everybody in the world could pray and help them save Jerry? Are they talking about Jerry Lewis? I mean, are they trying to bring back Jerry Lewis? That if they asked me in an email to pray to their God, that somehow I would be able to help them save Jerry. Yeah, remember Jerry Lewis didn't want the movie that he put out the day the clown cried. He said, "Don't release that until after June 2024." He never announced that every time he did them marathons. He never said nothing about it. But it's a secret vault that says that movie that he made in 1972 was not to be released until after June 2024. What's supposed to happen June 2024 that you can't release the movie? Like he was hoping that maybe if the world is still here in June 2024, then people can watch the movie. But if it's not here, then they don't get to watch the movie. I'm just saying his name, Jerry, because of how they sent me this request. Because if I could pray to save Jerry, if I could pray and save Jerry all the way over there, why wouldn't they ask me to pray to stop the war and all the people that they killing and stuff? Who the hell is Jerry? I don't know no Jerry. I mean, I do know some Jerrys I went to school with. Ooh, goodness. Huh? I do know some Jerrys. I do know, well, one Jerry. One Jerry. I could have been Jerry's girl. I could have. And every single time I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Every time he tried to talk to me, I turned him down. And all the girls liked Jerry. Jerry probably had every girl he wanted, but I was one of them. I was like, nope, not you, Jerry. You won't break my achy breaky. You won't be the one breaking my heart. Not you. I wonder what happened to Jerry. Where's Jerry at? Oh, and then I know another Jerry, Duke. Huh? Uh, that was. Hmm. But who, Jerry? They trying to get me to pray for all the way over there. Talking about a coma. That happened. I usually get my emails from them, Latrell, early in the morning. Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Or late in the evening. That email came soon as I dropped this title right here. Let me tell you what it say. It say, let me tell you what it say. So just in case somebody want to pray for Jerry, I'm letting them know I'm not the one. Because I don't know who Jerry is. Huh? I remember Red Squid X did a build about the significance of the name of Jerry, too. So it must be something to do with Hellbound, something, something, and Solomon's Temple, and something, something else. Gots to be. Gotta be. You know why? Again, because why would they? You could send me all kind of stuff, but wouldn't ask to pray to stop And they didn't do like they normally do, like put up, and then we asking you to send us some money, huh? And donate, please donate. None of that. It's only a special request. They ain't send me no scripture and verses like they normally do. None of that. They usually send me scriptures, verses, motivation, ask for a couple of dollars. This came in 12:23. I set up that live at 12 o'clock around noon. And I know it was noon because I was supposed to clock in, get me a couple of hours in, and then I would go live at 3. And I took setting up my live took a couple extra minutes. Took a couple extra minutes. So I didn't clock in right at 12. And not long after I did that, this title right here, they're going to send me this message. Let me read. Jerry, who is a family member of our ministry staff right now, is being put into an induced coma at 11 a.m. Induced. They inducing him into a coma. They not telling me why. Y'all just wait. It gets even better. His family has all been called to say goodbye to him. If he's called to say goodbye, why are they inducing him into a coma? But we are standing in prayer that he will not die and that God will supernaturally clean out all of the fluids in his lungs, heal his pancreas and gallbladder and other organs that are being affected. Suddenly, 10 hours ago, Jerry had a terrible pain in his stomach, and it seemed that once the doctors started treating him, it caused other problems. They said my name and they said, please command healing in the name of that his, and they're going to put these different parts of the body in, huh? Will be healed in the name. No, no. And it says, and for God to send his healing angels. I swear. Then it's a big old blank spot at the bottom. This message ain't coming through like all of the other messages, how they've sent me before. It was like a whole rush, like, oh no, we need to send in a code and see if we could get her distracted to pray for some. Who is Jerry? If I send a reply and tell y'all to pray for my family, are you going to pray for my family? Huh? They believe in me that much that they going to send me something like this. Did they send it to everyone in the United States? See? Skim, scam, shim, sham. This is a skim, scam, shim, sham of a distraction or an attempt. Attempt to what? Huh? I should send a reply. Back to it. Next on the list that I said I was going to talk about. So, besides that email, I decided, a lot of things. The thing about me is I research a lot. And sometimes when I research about things that are directly related to me in my current day to day, it'll take me a minute. It'll be sometimes before it's too late, or sometimes 10, 20 years later, sometimes 33 years later. But I decided to look up two words, and I'm not going to say what they're related to, but they're related to my daily activities and choices that are keeping me afloat at this time. Now, I just read to you that information in that email, right? This information right here has to do with my daily, day to day. It's a scene or a terminology within my day to day. Now, with it being a terminology within my day to day, whether it be in acronyms or not, it's a terminology within my day to day. The significance of it having a connection to my general life, my life in general. For anyone that knows, see that X symbol there, Mark Zuckerberg, their symbols are everywhere now. Mark is one of those that landed that same time. I don't know what birthday they put him up under, but he landed that same time, June 28th. I'm going to go back to that in a bit. But I just wanted to take a break and show you first that email that came to me not even 15 minutes after I placed this title right here. Then, in a connection with that, I thought about these positions that I have, or these things, these simulated events, because I said everybody's connected. If YouTube and Google are research developers and researching and developing under Microsoft, under the foundations of Mark, Elon, and these beings that just seem to pop out of nowhere, right? Then everything about me would be connected in some type of strange way under their simulations. That's for everybody. That's for everywhere we could turn and think to move. United States has declared you as a patient of the United States under the vise of research and development. Every click we do, every job you apply for, everything that has to do with taxes and commerce, it's all under the CHIPS Act law, designed as you being a patient so that they can freely research and develop you as a being to achieve their goals to get off of this planet. So, again, this symbol here, I'm going to read the email one more time. I'm reading through it real quick. Their request, Israel requesting that I pray for some dude named Jerry. At 12:23, they sent me this urgent, critical prayer requests with nothing else, no scriptures like normal, no other, just, hey, Abigail, for some reason we can depend on you to pray for Jerry. And all of these different, the doctors went to work on him for his lungs, and then other complications happened. So now they're at the breathing stage. Resuscitation. They sent me a message about resuscitation for their demon, right? But then the entity that's attached to me clicking on a daily basis with this acronym right here, NRPG. Let me read to you what this meaning, what it means. And mind you, I worked with them before, but never thought to research what the acronyms meant. So here, and I'm not saying that the acronyms for them. See, there's people that are that are not aware of spiritual ramifications of things. They're not even dealing on a spiritual level, they're on a fleshly level. Those are those attached to the land. For me, everything is connected to my light code. So now I have to act and move accordingly. So here is this impact of neonatal resuscitation program guidelines on the neonatal mortality in the hospital of Zhuhai, China. This was some research from 1997, but it existed way before 1997. So let me read this to you. Abstract. AIM, the neonatal resuscitation program, was first introduced in our hospital to replace the traditional resuscitation TR program in 1993. TR has been in existence in China for a long time. The implementation of NRPG was timely in reducing the number of infant mortality and also the disseminate to the many hospitals in China which are still practicing TR. Now, see, it's inclusive to China, right? But it's not. Remember, everything was made in China that's over here, which now they're going to move into, for those who get left behind, it's going to move into everything is going to be made in India. Prime Minister Modi's program, made in India. Um, a prospective study of 4,751 newborns with 366 asphyxiated babies in a period of 2 years was carried out. A previous sample of 1,722 live births under the TR program was compared as control groups statistically. From August 1993 to August 1995, when NRPG was exclusively implemented in our hospital, only 16 newborns died within 7 days. Out of 4,751 births, with 2 deaths in the delivery room, 17 newborns died within 7 days out of 1,722 births, 9.9 plus in the TR group, with 10 deaths in the delivery room. From the data shown, it can clearly be seen that perinatal neonatal mortality rate was reduced almost by 3 times after NRPG was implemented. Chai, there's the Chai 2, 10, 4, there's the 911 right here. There's the Twin Towers, there's the 911. The follow up result of 21 cases of severe asphyxia at 2 months through a year of age were normal, except for one with cerebral palsy. Our study showed that NRPG was indeed a very effective and feasible technique during the delivery process in reduction of neonatal mortality. It is important to disseminate widely the knowledge and technique of NRPG in places where TR is still being widely practiced, especially in developing countries. So I came upon this just because I decided to research something that I'm doing within my day to day. But then again, soon as I put that message into my description, and then I get this email about somebody being resuscitated and induced comas and all these different things that could take me back to 1991. It's always going to be about the baby. You must be born again. Now, another connection with this title right here, this acronym, is also in this acronym. This is an acronym for my day to day. And it says, we know Vera as, you think automatically aloe vera, right? But how many of us think beyond the medicinal benefits of the aloe? So I got 2 bottles of aloe juice in the refrigerator, right? But all the years of my life knowing about aloe, since the first time I can remember tasting aloe at 5 years old, when my mother was like, "Oh, I heard a sniffle. Oh, you sneezed. Let me cut up some aloe. Yep, nope, nope. Eat it just like that." Sometimes when I would prefer to eat it like that with the bitterness and gag than to drink the juice. Because when she did the aloe juice, she made sure that aloe turned like tea. It looked like tea. It looked good. Sometimes we'll mess up and thinking it's a gallon. You had to make sure in our household, you thinking you about to pour you some sweet tea. And when you turn that cup up, it ain't nothing but aloe, bitter aloe. But it's good for the hair, for the skin, for the insides and out, right? But the acronym that I deal with on a day-to-day basis is this: faith. And it is a female given name of the South Slavic origin, and by folk etymology, where Vera meaning true. Vera means faith in Slavic languages, Slavic. The name Vera has been used in English speaking world since the 19th century, which is just the 911, the 911, when the century came into effect. When the Centurions landed. And if Elon can get off of here, I'm telling y'all, he don't. Once again, he don't care. He don't care about human beings. Somebody really need to sit down and do a whole interview with his wives and girlfriends. They'd be like, yes, he made me take a shower 10 times. Then he would always not let me touch him. Back to this Vera. In ancient Greek Christian faith, Saint Fides, faith of Vera, her sisters, Sepes, which is hope, and Caritas, love, and their mother Sophia, wisdom, died as martyrs in the 2nd century AD during the persecution of Christians in the Roman Empire under the Emperor Hadrian or Hadrian or Adrian, Hydra, the Hadrian, the Hydra. The names were also the words designating the 3 key Christian virtues mentioned in Apostles Paul's first epistle to the Corinthians. In English language, late 13th century, vere, true, 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 vera, vera, verily, verily. And that was who? Isaac or Alchemos 83 came through yesterday, and when I said true, true, he said very, very, verily, verily, I say unto you, true, true, very true, truthful, sincere, right, just, legal, from vulgar Latin verax and Latin verax, genitive veraxis, truthful, and veras, true, source of the Italian vero, trustworthy, true, meaning greatly, extremely, the first recorded, pure, intensive, very, very, I say unto you. So I just thought I would cover that. This is just a day to day connecting the dots, connecting the thoughts. Now, let me go back to June, and I'm not going to stay on this one too much longer. I'm going to go straight on to June 28th and read you a little bit more about when they landed. because there's something more connected to that date. And this is when tax evasion came into play. June 26th, I'm going to start at the 26th. And the reason why I'm starting at the 26th, because I said what happens in between the two. What happened in between Dr. Malachi's New York birth and what happened, his landing. I'm going to say that. His landing, the entity that is him that landed then, and this being that landed in June 28th. All right, 1911. A group of 40 wealthy travelers. There's the 40 wealthy travelers riding in 12 premier automobiles. The 40 ships that was out there, huh? Riding in 12 premier automobiles began a transcontinental journey departing from Ohio. All y'all that's hearing this is not talking about no earth travel. They was traveling cross through time trying to catch up to this thief being right here from June 28th. This is that story. I'm telling you, okay, take it for what it's worth. Listen, Ohio players, the Ohio players, they was traveling, they was wealthy travelers riding in 12 premier automobiles, began a transcontinental journey departing from the Ohio Avenue, Electric Avenue, into Atlantic City, New Jersey, for a 4,617-mile journey to Los Angeles, meaning that the beings that also hit, huh, and tore up in the same year, they was coming behind those beings that hit the same year. Kali Ma hit down 1911, tore up Mexico, tore it up. But the beings who was already here on earth was already prepared for war. They knew it was happening. But they helped them fall asleep. Elon, they done made so many people fall asleep to not remember the story and came up with all type of different historical stories. Look at this Thessalonica. What is this? Sultan Thessalon. That just captured my attention because they say whatever names they try to give me, talking about my blood type, and they say in the name that they put for my blood type that my blood type is a Thessalonian blood type or Thalassa blood type. And here they talking about the tomb. Yeah, all these extra stories, it don't enthuse me anymore. It doesn't enthuse me none. Uh, it don't impress me much. How that song go? You don't impress me much. Anyways, see this right here? Let me finish. The premiere trip, which concluded the LA 45 days later, was followed by American newspaper readers and is said to have inspired hundreds and tens and then thousands of ordinary families to make a cross-country journey by automobile. Now, I tell y'all that my grandma said she don't even remember cars until she was a teenager. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Now, if they was taking cross-country trips way in 1911, how come in 1929, when it shows pictures of cars and stuff in Bahamas and boats and people traveling on boats and stuff and dropping off their cars and having trips and stuff, how come my grandma don't remember no boats, no cars until she was in her teens, way after 1929? I'm just saying. I mean, when they show certain stories about them cars in 1911, those cars don't look like they could have traveled all the way from LA, huh, to but yeah, when the Los Angeles ones fell down, they it's like, okay, we gonna meet up. We gonna take a cross country and check up with each other, coast to coast, from one shore to the next. What else happened on the 28th? What else happened on the 26th? Baron von Baynert, the Chancellor of Empire of Austria, resigned from the Christian Socialists, lost their majority parliament in 2 rounds of voting. They was like, uh-oh, they done landed. Look at their symbol. They say that the angels done landed. The good team in the back. This is the look, the green lights and the look at that, look at that symbol. It's like, yep, we gotta resign, y'all. The time is I guess they thought it was the end of the world and it didn't end. It didn't end unless everybody just got transformed into a replaying of time. Just keep relooping, reloop, reloop. I wanted to check out this symbol. They said they was here to preserve God and preserve and protect the land. And when that happened, June 26th, when the angels landed on the East Coast and the ones that landed on the West Coast, uh, trying to follow behind and chase Elon behind from blowing up Mars and his crew. Look, look at these symbols. When they told the story and the world didn't end, indivisible, inseparable, the world didn't end. They just knew it was over with. You know what they decided? They probably felt like, uh-oh, this is because you know the part in the Bible where the Bible says you'll be left behind for 1,000 years. They realized that they was left behind, that they wasn't living right. So he retired. They retired. Right here, the Christian Socialists lost the majority of votes and say, yep, we have been left behind. Y'all saw the stuff coming out of the sky. We give up. That means we left behind. Then June 27th at Niagara Falls, New York, stunt pilot Lincoln Beachy made what Cal Rogers called the greatest flight ever made. They released the clowns from Niagara Falls, International Carnival. I remember the first time I found out what carnival means to Haiti. I said to a guy, they called him Smith, and I said, "Do you believe in Jesus?" He said, "No, Jesus. He said carnival." I said, "Well, what's a carnival?" He said, "No, Jesus, carnival." He is straight Christian now, according to him, for what I see. I'm talking about he was serious. He got mad too. Looked at me. I said, "Do you believe in Jesus?" He said, "No, Jesus, carnival." I said, "Oh, okay. Then put me in my place. I ain't know no better. I ain't know no better." So what happened here? Am I sharing this tab instead? Am I sharing this tab? What happened here? It say he made the greatest flight of Niagara International Carnival. Beachy flew over the center of the Horseshoe Falls. See all these significant, look at that. Made a vertical dive through the mist to the river below, pulled up, flew under a 160-foot high lower steel arch bridge, and barely cleared the Canadian cliffs before landing. There was another site that landed. There they go. By order of the Oklahoma Supreme Court, Swanson County, Oklahoma, which had been created by gubernatorial natural proclamation August 3rd, 1910, was dissolved. So Oklahoma got dissolved by the goobers, and the territory was restored to Kiowa County, which included a seat to Snyder, Oklahoma, and Comanche County. I done drove by there. Now let's get down to Elon and his 12. When they came through on 9 a.m., they fell straight at Egypt, near the city El Nakala, outside of Alexandria. With 10 kilograms, they bought kilos, 22 pounds of mass breaking into 40 pieces, 40 days and 40 nights. The Nekala meteorite was later determined to be one of 36 Martian meteorites originating from the planet Mars. So they tell us it was 72 demons, but it's actually 76 lesser keys. 76 of them touched down. 2006, it was suggested by a team led by David McKay that Nekala meteorite, as well as the Antarctic one examined in 1996, showed signs of microbe alteration, evidence of life having once existed on Mars. One of the pieces of Nekala meteorite has said to have killed a dog, but as one author notes, there's no real evidence of having this actually happen. Y'all see there? Uh, they messing with my stream right now. They telling me I done lost connection. You see there? They said it had killed a dog. This is where they throw that little scene in the Bible. They say she will come, and when she come trying to expose us, we gonna call her a dog. And then she gonna say, "Hey, my blood type don't say nothing about no dog. My blood type say I came behind to tell you that God, you can't get away. I'm supposed to remind you, that all that you think you done and got away with ain't gonna happen, and all the scenarios that you did because y'all always try to check out who the uh authoritative figures are that's behind y'all. That you why y'all think. Nah, I'm gonna leave that part alone. I'm gonna leave that part alone. So Elon, this message is for you. This message for you, Elon. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You will not make it to Mars. I mean, you might as well give it up. You can keep trying until you think you're gonna get it right, listening to Grandma Brady, and the Brady Bunch. I'm gonna keep on trying till I get it right, huh? But it ain't no more trying. God is on the way. God made a promise, and He made a promise to me, huh? He made a promise, huh? Yes, sir. Look at this. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch over just a little bit and go into some hazardous information about a train. And I'm only doing this really quick because I want to go and I'm going to come back later. I am going to come back later maybe. It depends on how I feel. Right now, I'm not feeling so much into I feel like just doing the bare minimum again just because I know what time it is. Just because everywhere I put my foot, anywhere I move, they are going to try to stop me or make it where I'm supposed to be quiet. Everything is played out that I'm supposed to look like a crazy sociopath, huh? And that my word cannot stand on anything. But then when I finally came to the realization that I'm not supposed to prove anything to any man. That I can't be stopped. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to be quiet, Elon, because and the beings, all the fallen ones that fell, huh? Crashed in. Y'all can't get the right code to even get out. You locked down. You ain't going nowhere. You trapped. Huh? They get you battle up, light beings. Uh, the ones who did what they were supposed to do. You didn't come here causing no harm to man. You lived the way you were supposed to. Elon's still on the same stuff, trying to figure out all types of ways to blow this planet up. But he got to make sure he can do it, get it, the ships right before you leave. You ain't getting them ships right. I got the missing ingredient. Now it's been passed on in my DNA, and I'm not telling. I'm not telling. Neither did Dr. Malachi Z. York tell. He ain't telling. He ain't telling. So, do you recognize this symbol, Elon? Huh? Do you recognize anything written on that symbol? He said, prove to me that there's some emerald tablets somewhere. Prove to me that the emerald mines existed. Prove to me. He'll tell y'all, prove this stuff. And you know why? Because he know that stuff didn't exist. It's simulations that he created that try to help get the minds to connect, to do his dirty work, to try to get off of this planet. We need the real scientists, the ones, the brainiacs, to give us the keys to help us get out of here. We got to create programs where we could do the STEM research. Well, how can we get past putting them as research and we don't really have to pay them that much? Why y'all think they gave Elon Musk so much more money? Y'all think it's because he has the brains? If he had the brains, he wouldn't be using everybody else to have the brains for him. He wouldn't have to create the computer to have the brain for him. He wouldn't have had to create Tesla programming to keep trying to come up with. He would have had it figured out immediately. Huh? And because y'all are making him angrier and angrier, the longer he stays, the angrier he gets. And the longer he stays, the more money he gets. Huh? And he's gonna get to the point where he's so fed up. Him and his counterparts, his 12 and his 70 and all of them dems. The war in heaven has begun, y'all. It has. It has. I'm sorry. This week, y'all will see the beginning of the remnants of the beginning of the end take place. And again, I was going to read this information about the train, get on board little children, because I thought about my granddad when I saw this. My grandpa in flesh, he wasn't my biological grandfather, but he raised me, and he used to wear his green glasses, um, the like Ray-Bans with they had the little shiny green, look like we call them the bug eye glasses. And he'll wear his church suit, that same old blue church suit, and get up there and with his harmonica and prance around the church. And all he would say is, "Get on board." And he'll go boom, boom, boom. And then he'll blow in his harmonica. "Get on board, little children." Well, right here, you see this? Hazardous material, fast act requirements for real time train consist information going down a pipeline, huh? FIMSA, FIMSA. It's something I could have read, and I don't feel like reading. I've been on here long enough, but I'm finna go and again, maybe put some time in. I don't know. I'm just not feeling like it. I'm not feeling like it. I'm feeling like even the beings who trying to do things, they come over here, listen to me. I'm talking about family, supposed to be family, and then think they putting me on punishment. They think they put me on punishment. They tested me and tried me, and then gonna feel like they putting me on punishment. If you don't get it right, my son, and you listen that I'm using the term son, that carried the seed to my flesh. It's the same thing goes for you, go for everybody else. You ain't no different. So please don't even try me on them attempts, because nothing matters like how you think it's supposed to matter. Because the children gonna be all right. That's the confidence that I have now. If I don't hear from none of my grandchildren or my children, in my mind and heart, I know that the promises of God is that they are all right. How about that? If I don't hear, like the whole time I was out there in the heart of this antebellum, they call in the new antebellum that they about to set forth for this final war, this last and final war. The new antebellum is Eatonton. That is supposed to be the new antebellum based on, but it's not going to stand, because this is the last round. It's just like it's not going to stand how this one stood. But as I walked around this antebellum all those months, and with no concern of calling and checking on anybody connected to me in this flesh, because I knew and was following that my steps are ordered by the Most High, one God above all gods, the ones who put the service of the engines of the ships and the falling and the landings and all that. I'm just saying. The ones that fuel the so-called ships. How about that? The light source to all the light beings. Huh? The one source. That's who I answer to. If I was doing that while I was walking in the streets of this antebellum, how much more do you think I am now? And then I'm clean too. I'm talking about clean. Born again clean. Ain't got nobody DNA, other DNA rolling up in me. None. Nobody DNA up in me. Ooh, just no pharmaceutical, nothing. That's why as my body goes up and down, it's like my body is like, yes, you're fasting. Go ahead and fast. The spiritual fast. And maybe this fast is what is gonna set you free. Uh, I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know. So when my body does things like this, I have to have the heater on in the midst of summer. They want me see they maybe the message that came from Israel was to protect me. They say, "Look, we sending you a message. Our dear brother Jerry went to the hospital for one thing, and now they want to induce a coma. Every part of his system started failing. He went in for one thing, and as soon as the doctor started working on him, everything else failed. And we sending this message to you that maybe no matter what happens to your body, you don't need to go to the emergency room. Because usually when it's like this in the heat of summer and all, and I gotta have my heater on, I'm cold, my skin cold. Before, see, I do like this, and I can tell. Oh, I gotta go get a blood transfusion. Nope, nope. Whatever's to be will be. Ah, I might live another 50 years like this. Just let what 50 years to a fallen one. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about like Elon landed here in 1911. I ain't been trying to get out of here ever since. So he done had stories and stuff implemented, re-implemented over and over and over again. All types of scenarios. For what? There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. They didn't like that Dr. Malachi Z. York was preaching that. You ain't gonna be able, you ain't got enough to get away. You ain't got enough. I don't, Kali Ma, he was talking to all them demons that fell in this same story. You go to June 11th for yourself. June 28th, between June 26th, you can look at the whole month of 9/11, 1911, and see the beings of that was landed. And oh, back to the 28th. Let me share this part right here. I forgot to tell y'all. That month when Elon ship landed, when he landed, and they say he could have killed a dog. One of the they beings killed the dog when they landed. The first thing they did was kill the dog. Wisconsin became the first U.S. Senate to enact the state of income tax. That's when taxes came about. And let me show you another significant number. And when the state Senate approved the House bill by a margin of 9-11, it says 15 through 14. The governor Francis of France McGoverned and signed the bill into law on July 13th. And I said, no matter what date man put on, I don't have to celebrate that date. You know why? Because my mama don't remember. The lady in the flesh that birthed me, the one that she was here waiting. I was created way before the foundations of her womb. And she was so strategically put together in mind, soul, spirit, and all for me to pass through. Uh, and they got all these documents with numbers and names and stuff on it. And I could recall her ancestral line all the way back to such and such and such that my memory's so good. Some of the stuff I said, she don't even remember. Huh? But she don't recall. She can't tell you what happened when I came through. Because they did a whole, what's his name? What's the doctor name? Crawford Long. Anesthetic put her out. She don't remember me coming through. And I can tell you, I didn't hit this flesh until it was 5. Um, and when them light beings went to leave me behind, I whimpered, don't go. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be here. Why am I here? Uh, you'll find out when that time get here. You gonna be glad to be doing it. Elon. Greater light, you must be born again. You must be born again. Remember, there's a blueprint, and that blueprint is to remind you, all of the evil ways and wickedness of demons that exist on this plane that wants to see you burn. They want to see you suffer. They can't stand you. Elon is one of them. Remember what I said, y'all. 666. Elon's one of them. Believe it or not. You don't have to believe me, but it's a reason why he trying so hard to get off this planet. It's a reason why he is the most wealthiest man on the face of this earth. and that his stamp of X, the mark of the beast, the X is on every single thing that you think about. By the time him and Prime Minister Modi finished, Modi is another one that came down in the 1911 in the 911. Modi is another being that came touchdown that same time. Yes, sir. Yes, he is. By the time they finish with you, if you get left behind, if you can't remember, you better remember. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Say true.
Wake up.
You say truly, true, truly, true, truly. When I say true, you say
wake up, y'all. Wake
truly,
up.
true,
Wake up.
truly,
Wake
true,
up.
truly. Christ said many things to be
Play
read.
this version.
In red over blue is what he said. Truly, truly, true. Christ to you, heaven's open. Got the whole thing.
They paid me $1 million.
I need a young lady with a bank account. I'm a choosing voter. I'm a choosing voter. I'm a choosing voter. I'm a choosing voter. Right here.
See the angels rise. Beginning of the end, your eyes. Son of man, the sun is so bright.
Let me tell you something, alright? I'm tired of you perpetrating the next man's
born again.
Why don't you get yourself a job, buy your own car, quit squatting? I'm sick and tired.
Born of water and no spirit. Can't enter, so just hear it. Truly, sons are knowing, fathers showing, sons are glowing. True, truly brings to life, out of dark into light. When I say true, you say truly, true, truly, true, truly. When I say true, you say truly, true, truly, true,
I go to
truly.
sleep. I ain't gonna make got to leave it harder than it is.
You will see the angels rise, beginning of the end in your eyes.
They forgot the dot.
Son of man, the sun so bright. Oh man, born in life. Truly you must be born again. Oh, the